Look at the man in front of you. After being bitten by a snake. I can't believe he didn't go to the hospital right away. Instead, they're hunting down other pythons. He didn't even rest after his hand swelled. Even his son thinks it's okay. And that's because it's in a swamp in Florida. There's an army of killers out there. That's all kinds of snakes. They're taking over the swamp and devour everything in its path, decimating the local animal population. And they don't have any predators here. So the government of Florida, a reward has been issued to fight the snakes, attracted many people to hunt. When crocodile season is over, crowds once again gather in Florida to catch a python. And the team is the same as last season. No change in personnel. Last year, they managed to catch 400 pythons. It protects the local biological population. And in the process of this arrest, each earned $100,000. Bill wants to earn more commission. Even bought a swamp car, preparing for the season. Then Bill suddenly told us some terrible news. It's going to rain this afternoon, and the swamp after the rain. Incredible changes will take place. After telling this sad story, everyone consciously divided into two teams. After all this is done, Bill also gave two addresses, Skunk Harbor and Deer Harbor, respectively. Both locations are quite abundant in pythons. One of the biggest is skunk port ape. And the reason pythons are so abundant, because there's a mysterious creature there. As a result, there are no hunters willing to go. Even so, Bruce and Zach, or go without looking back. And in Deer Harbor, it's pythons. We're running out of small mammals. The deer became the new victim. And because the road to Deer Harbor is flooded, it takes an hour to get to Deer Harbor. The three had to walk to find the python. To make up for this wasted time, then Chase suddenly became very excited. See, these two people also get off to follow. When I got close, I found that it was a large python. The three immediately surrounded him and keep weaving around, looking for opportunities to catch the tail. Even though Troy narrowly escaped being bitten many times. But it also gave Bill an opportunity. Just grab the tail of the snake. See here Chase and Troy, constantly trying to catch the snake's head. In this game with a python. Fortunately, Troy seems to have a natural prey for pythons. He's been watched closely by the python, totally ignoring Chase on one side. The python kept roaring at him angrily and wanted to entangle it, but it didn't do anything. Or they put it in a sack. And this is a good start. Gave the three full confidence. I believe that the day in Deer Harbor can be full of success. And Bruce and Zach on the other side, very close to the legendary monster house. In the legend of the Florida Everglades, the skunk ape is a stinking humanoid beast. So no one dares to go near here. And all of this scares Zach. But Bruce wasn't scared at all. There's even a little excitement. After arriving at the destination, Bruce took out a big backpack. It's got all kinds of stuff in it. Bruce even set up a trap. And that's through the female pheromone, to attract those innocent little male snakes. Then tie it directly with a rope. After being verified by Zach, Bruce quickly put it on the side of the road. You get the pheromone on the cotton, put it in front of a trap. I can wait for those innocent little male snakes to bite. And then just keep doing it on the road. Lay out all the traps you have prepared. The two moved on to other places. And 20 kilometers away, the three are still on their way to Deer Harbor. We haven't reached our destination yet. That's when Chase spotted a snake. The three men ran over immediately. But when they got there was nothing. It was a moment of embarrassment for Chase. Keep explaining what you just saw. The other two listened and began to search. But after half an hour of searching, still no sign of the python. All we found were the tracks left by the snake. This immediately let the three people once again renewed hope. Bruce and Zach at the same time, after setting all the traps, start hiking deeper into the swamp. That's when Bruce spotted the python. He ran right over there, but he didn't catch the snake's tail. Good thing Zach was on his way. He just grabbed his tail in his hand, but they don't know where the snake head is. But then the python made a surprise attack. Success leads them to the head of the snake. But the snake didn't just sit there. It's a constant climb up the tree. There was even a shot back in the middle. Fortunately, they were able to hide quickly enough. Didn't let him sneak in. Zach then pulled it back to the ground. And as soon as the snake landed, it bit Bruce. Zach saw this and pulled the snake out into the wide grass. Establish a good arrest environment for yourself. And the advantage of this environment, it soon became apparent. I can't do both like I did before. I was caught right behind Bruce. After successfully apprehending him, Bruce just put in a sack, and this 14-foot python. It also earned them $450. Finally caught the first snake after all this time. After getting in the car, the two men went on to look for the python, and the three on the other side finally arrived in Deer Harbor. Then the three suddenly smelled a bad smell, and it smells like rot. Then the three men saw a bunch of things. It has a snakeskin on it, and underneath is a pile of dead bones. This suddenly surprised the three men. It looks a lot like a python swallowing a whole deer, but it blew me up. And two people 20 miles away. We've got three snakes in Ape Harbor. When two people are feeling okay here, they encountered their first difficulty. Now, there was no more traffic ahead. The two must start walking, faced with an adventure full of mystery. Then the two men went into the jungle, which was full of trees. And once inside, Zach gets scared again. I always feel like I have an extra pair of eyes behind me. Then Bruce saw a scratch, although it looks a lot like a bear. But this is skunk port ape, and this claw mark could be the mysterious creature. The two men, after some observation, the search for the python began again, and the three on the other side, still looking for signs of this python. After driving some distance, Chase wants to go on the trail and look for the python, and the path looks like a bear. But Chase wanted to go it alone, but the two had to ask him to be careful. After admonishing him, he left, and Chase alone. It looks very lonely, and Troy and Bill walked some distance. Troy suddenly saw the python. He flew right over there, and as soon as Troy got closer, and the python bit him, after not being bitten, he turned his head to bite Bill. Bill was so scared he almost fell over. The python missed both attempts. He immediately protected his tail. Fortunately, he finally got his mouth shut, or it's going to bite a piece of flesh. Although the snake is not poisonous, but its mouth is still full of bacteria. Still pay attention to disinfection. After putting this python in a sack, the two have earned $650 so far. After putting the python away, I went back to Chase, and Zach and Bruce on the other side, still getting deeper and deeper into the swamp. And it made Zach's fears grow. Suddenly Zach saw something strange. I picked it up and found it was a pig's foot. And this is still the leftovers from eating. This convinced Zach that there was something huge here. But I can't leave now. The pair also continued to search for the python. That's when Zach spotted a python. He was drinking water. The two men immediately blocked his path. After Zach grabbed the python by the tail, Bruce began a fight with him. But then the python turned its head and bit Zach. Zach had to throw his tail away. Although this snake is very vicious, but it's about being strong from the outside. It ended up in a sack straight from Zach. The snake also provided $250 for the pair. Bruce then tied it to a tree, and in the sky not far from two people. The weather made Chase feel helpless. I feel like my ass is about to get wet. Chase now regrets that decision. Then a python suddenly appeared before my eyes, and it gave Chase some comfort. At the moment of seeing the python relax, Chase grabbed him by the tail, but under the attack of the python, had to put down and move backwards. Good thing the snake always looked down on Chase. Otherwise, we wouldn't have caught this python. But Chase is coming off last season's experience, facing a boa constrictor wrapped around him. There was no panic, calmly put in a sack. And Zach and Bruce on the other side. Got quite a few pythons here. Now, they have to get back to the car before dark and grab the python from the tree and check the traps that were laid. Then Bruce spotted a python in front of him. After putting the bag down, he immediately started running. After the two of them clamped it, Zach was attacked by a python, although it was very quick to hide. I was taken aback by it. The snake immediately regained its tail protection. Now it's getting easier to watch them catch the snake. It feels like you really need your hands to catch a snake. And the python also brought 300 yuan for the two. After putting the python in a sack, The two men resumed their previous work, and now the storm, and just in time to reach Deer Harbor. It turned the area into a disaster zone. Fortunately, the rain came and went quickly, though now the rain is gone. But now the road in Deer Harbor is underwater again. 3 people after counting the captured pythons. Bill told Chase about Troy's misery. It wasn't just a python bite. It was swollen even a few hours ago. Fortunately, there are no other problems. And caught 8 pythons. Let 3 people's hearts are very happy. But something happened around this time. And Bill couldn't start a fire, could he? But the headlights can be turned on. Then the 3 men got out of the car and looked into the problem. After repairs in Troy, Bill started the fire again, but it didn't do any good. Fortunately, the problem was further identified. Think there's something wrong with the current starter. But now there's no backup. The 3 had to abandon the car here. Walk out of here with the snake. Come back tomorrow with a new starter. And Zach and Bruce on the other side, checking the python traps that were set up. And Bruce is confident. After all, if this trap works, that could be a game changer. Then the 2 men reached the first trap. But then something happened. Bruce took a sudden hit. Although I don't know what the injury is. But now Bruce is obsessed with the trap. The 2 men had to go to the trap immediately. But when they arrived, there was no sign of the snake. This made Bruce very disappointed. They move on to the next trap. Found surprise on arrival. That's why this trap is in good supply. The 2 were surprised as they approached. When the python saw the 2, it immediately bit the past. After cutting the rope, Zach pulled the snake back. After Bruce bagged the snake, the 2 managed to earn $400. Although the python almost got away with the trap. But on the whole, what Bruce did worked. Soon the sun was setting. The marshes are also starting to become dangerous. And now Troy and Chase and Bill, still moving towards the camp. Then the 3 men found a pool. It looks very deep. This suddenly let the 3 men dare not move forward. I'm looking at a pool of water that's about 4 feet long. There's a good chance there's a crocodile in there. The 3 could have taken the car, but now it's on foot, worried about the crocodile in here. But now there is nothing to be done. Can only wade slowly forward. Good thing there's nothing weird about it. Then the 3 suddenly began to run. It turned out a python had been found. After the 3 surrounded the python, constantly harassing them, but it also angered the python. Fortunately, Troy has experience. No more python bites. And this 13.5-foot python, their success earned them $450. After putting the python in a sack, the 3 men returned. And 22 miles away, the 2 are still going deeper and deeper into the swamp, looking for the last trap. But when they walk down the path, but how can you find your own trap? This made Zach even more scared. But that's when Bruce saw the trap. After Zach took it out, there was nothing on it, and the top hose fell to one side, and the tear above the hose. It looks like it was ripped off by hand. The moment reminded them of the mysterious creature, and started the return journey straight away. But the good news is we got a lot today, and the 3 on the other side, still walking in the rising water. Soon they reached the original gathering place. 3 people put the snake in the back of the car. It also represents the perfect end to everyone's journey today. Well, that's all for this program. Give it a thumbs up, and let's look forward to the next episode.